Jocko. That is not appropriate. I'm just gonna rinse your chat. Nothing personal. Um, okay. In general, I think the rule of thumb there is like don't tell. Like it's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with like that, right? There's nothing wrong with let's call it exotic dancing. No, you just got timed out. Jocko just got timed out, not banned. There's nothing wrong with let's call it exotic dancing, but it's entirely fine if you came in here and said like I enjoy exotic dancing. I want to exotic dance. I enjoy exotic dancing, and it's something that I do with my life. That's fine. That's cool. That's awesome. Good for you. But if you go somewhere and say you should exotic dance, and that's not even what was said in chat. That's not what I just deleted from chat. They didn't even use a euphemism for it. They were just like you should. That's not an appropriate thing to say. That's not something that you say to other people. So I honestly like it's not a big deal to me that you said that, but I don't want that to be a precedent. So again, you're not going to get banned for saying it to me, but if you said that to someone else, you'd get banned. Just a heads up. I don't like banning people. It's like my least favorite thing to do. So I try and do as much as I can to like make the to make it clear, make just to get basically just to get everyone on the same page so that no one ever has to get banned, right? So the cute little doggy. Thank you, Yakimus. So yeah, this will be this looks like it'll be on course for level 52. So at level 51 you become the farmer pirate. It becomes official. You know what? I'm going to change the contrast on this. I have to change the color balance of this little doggy because just I hadn't been paying as much attention to how the little doggy looked relative to the farmer pirate, but it just looks too dark relative to the farmer pirate. Like I mean, yeah. So the backpack I think looked okay in these tones because the backpack is not like in direct sunlight. Like it kind of is, but it's mostly like covered up by like there's not a lot of there's a little bit of ambient occlusion going on in this 2D art right here. Uh, and whereas like this little doggy is right out in the bright whatever lighting, and so yeah, I think I should probably do that now because it's not going to get easier later on. I mean, it's probably not going to get harder at this point because it's not like I'm changing the color palette. But let me just see what I can do with just like general. Whoa, not like that. That'd be the opposite. Maybe there'll be a black cat at some point in the game, and maybe it'll look reminiscent like of that. But no, not what we're going for right now. Quite the opposite. If anything, I want to lighten it up a little bit. Actually, wait here. It doesn't really matter how it looks close up. It really only matters how it reads from a distance. So, because like when you see it in the game, you always see it from you always see it at this size. So, oh, so also that makes So actually, it's not as bad from this distance as well. So that's also good news. Yeah, again, it's not going to be dark like that. If anything, I was thinking it should be like a little bit lighter. Like yeah, I think something in this range is probably slightly better, and that is significantly brighter. That's like 25 clicks brighter. So, the good news is that there's not a huge palette here, so like the colors don't get like super screwed up or anything. And yeah, I think that's good. I might even be able to get a little more contrast around the eye. I don't know if that's necessary. I was just noticing that when you zoom out again, like the eye is less noticeable. So I could try it. I could like what would happen if this was just like a much brighter click? Like I'm just gonna pencil it in. What if that was just a lot brighter? I think I actually can go extreme. Kind of like how with the badges, like with the bonuses, like these are very high contrast in general. And like the buckle, like I color picked that from the buckle because the buckle is also supposed to be a little metallic-y and higher contrast. So I think that kind of makes sense for the eye too. Because like if you've ever seen a Chihuahua up close, they're very glassy-eyed. They're they're very like it almost looks like they're about to cry a lot of the time because they just have such big eyes and they're so watery. Okay. So I'll do the other layer in a minute, and it's a very quick conversion, so it shouldn't be that hard. So am I mostly happy with this frame now? It might be that. Oh no, the physiology is a little bit off on the front paw because this is in the previous frame. You could see like there was a bunching under the like the armpit here because the arm was pulled back, but now there'd be less of that. There'd be more of an elongation here. So there might be a little more like this might be pulled back a little bit more. Nope, that's not right. So maybe this would get pulled back a little. No, that's not right either. I think I overdid that. I think it was just supposed to be a very subtle sort of thing. Yeah, something more like that. So yeah. Actually, let me look at reference because I feel like something's not quite right here, but I don't know what exactly. Chihuahua walking. I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating it. Like, Chihuahuas like lift their little paws up when they're very excited, like this kind of like they get very hoppy, like they sometimes they actually walk with like their paws like I don't know. It kind of looks like they're just like they look very cartoonish. Like they just like they like hop into the air like and their little paws come up very high. I mean, relative to their paws don't actually come up that high off the ground per se, but like relative to their body, they kind of do. I just maybe I should look for a like Chihuahua running. Although like it's really more the walking than the running that I would want to be depicting. But I'm just hoping that I can get the reference. Yeah. So okay. Well, yeah. I think this is like roughly the type of stride I'm thinking of. Like the little paws just come very high up. Oh, and I guess maybe they're not as elongated outwards as I was thinking. So maybe I should go back and maybe that's what was like reading as weird is that it's like it's not like the upper arm like comes forward. It's just like that the front paw comes up higher. So maybe that's what I need to be focusing on instead. There's no pay to win in this game, you guys. There's no pay to win. Although you are welcome to give me money if you want. It's just not going to help you in the game. Yeah, this guy knows what's up. Look at this guy. This guy's super psyched. This guy's so excited. So happy. Okay, yeah, so this is actually what I was picturing with the shoulder coming forwards. Oh, so the whole shoulder comes forward. Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking, or that's probably what I was not capturing. Yeah, okay, yep. So actually I was wrong. It goes in the other direction. The whole shoulder comes forward. And so I guess if anything, actually, there would be a little bit of a light and a shadowed tone under here. Right, but not in the front. No, in the front, it'd be quite the opposite, in fact. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Yes. So this is one tone of animation, or this is one frame of animation, and then the other one is like so. I think I might want to sharpen some of the detailing on this other frame of animation because I drew it with a smaller pen, and so it's just a little bit fuzzier in some places. And so actually, if I was going to do that, I might want to sharpen up the ears too, because the ears are a little bit fuzzy in the same way. I like the shape of them though. I don't want to change the shape of the ears. So maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I just shouldn't, because I actually did like the shape of the ears as they were. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Nah, they're fine out there. Are they? Like from a distance, it doesn't bother me or anything. So yeah, I should just not be touching this. All right, cool. So are we done? No, I just said I was going to sharpen up the. Oh yeah, we have to apply the color rebalance to the other layers. So actually, I'm gonna hide this layer temporarily. I'm just gonna switch the other layers because like usually when there's a lot more detail, it's like harder to do some of this stuff. But oops, wrong layers. Right now, this there's like the detailing on this form is relatively simple, and so I don't think I really even have to keep them on separate layers just to work with them separately. Now that they're on the same layer, I can do the brightness contrast thing to get it a little lighter tone, and then I can do the I can add the shine on the eye, like so. And then yeah, so the last thing is just to I'm gonna fix the pause a little bit because like originally I was thinking like maybe I'll do the maybe I'll lift this front paw like kind of like a less cartoonish version of what I did in the other frame, but I think actually this frame of animation is gonna be more restrained. This is gonna be like with all four paws on the ground sort of the situation. That might have been too far. Like maybe it doesn't have to be literally like on the ground, but like close to the ground, like just slightly off the ground, maybe. So basically, like what I like what I want to show through these animations is that when chihuahuas walk, they're very much on the ground, then up in the air, and then on the ground, and then up in the air. So yeah. Let's let's do what? Let's oh yeah, I was gonna sharpen up the legs a little bit, just a little bit, because they were a little bit fuzzy because they're a little noodly because of how I drew them in the first. I drew them very quickly and then only did minor touch-ups to them, so they never got like a slightly better definition or shape to them. So that's almost there. Yeah, that's about right. And then oh, this last one. I think I can do a little more in terms of the crook of the leg. It's a little cat-like. I don't think it looks too cat-like. It looks pretty cat-like though. Alright, I can get rid of this one. I don't need that one anyway. Alright, I like this. I like it. Let's do it. Yeah. How am I 100% on the animation though? Oh, I might want to bring you know what I might want to do is I might want to bring the other frame of animation up a click because like he's very much higher up in like I think he should be at like a higher part of the walk cycle, or like he's a little more up in the air here. So I'm just gonna shift this up 1 pixel. Oops, what layer, man? Oh, wrong layer. That would explain that. Just shift it up a click. Oops, wrong. All right, there we go. And then just for testing purposes, I'm going to add a new layer here. I'm going to actually, wait, no, I don't have to do that. I'm gonna, instead of doing that, I'm going to oh yeah, take extents. Alright, so I'm gonna basically treat it as if it's done. I might not be 100% done, but I'm gonna start shooting it as though it's done. And I'm going to take the extents, just select exactly all of the image with no additional pixels. Hey, look at that, first try. And then, oh yeah, I should do data first. Because if I don't change, I might not change the extent. So, alright, so let's go to projects, journey, what was I gonna do? Journey, right, equipment. I guess, yeah, then maybe I was like, where am I trying to go? And like, I guess it is a little bit weird because we put the familiars in the equipment folder. Not that they're literally equipment, but so I'm gonna call this Choop. Because it's a definite character. Although I guess technically like multiple people could have them all at the same time. Whatever. You never actually see that in game, so whatever. I'm keeping it. Alright, so yeah, oh yeah, data folder. So new text document, data.txt. So what are the extents here? They are 2159. I'm just reading this off of paint.net as the pixel coordinates of what we just did. So 2159, 32, 27, and save that. And then, right, okay, so now the 2 frames of animation. So, so let's copy this one and file new, okay, paste. So we have that, and then the other one is here, copy, file, new, okay, and paste. Oh, cripes. I apparently used orange instead of the eraser, which is something I sometimes do. Alright, that was on which layer? It was on the lower layer. No, it was on the upper layer. No, it was on the lower layer, but I accidentally just deactivated the wrong one. Alright, so hold on, let's hide the orange background for a second and fix this. Stupid. I just sometimes I'm what the I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Alright, sometimes if I'm just using if I'm using the brush and like picking up different colors a lot, I'll just haphazardly grab the color picker tool instead of the eraser tool, and what I really want is the eraser tool. So alright, that could have been worse. I think that's better now. Yes, good. Okay. So there we go. Alright, copy that, paste that. Alright, save this. So this will be I mean I might tweak it still, but this is basically going to be layer, so choop. So this is the more dramatic of the two. So this will be frame 0 actually. I do them. I don't know. I do them in the other order, but this will be frame 0, and this will be frame 1. Yes. All right, and then oh yeah, so the animation. Let's just to see what it'll roughly look like. Is that the same size? Yeah. So it's a little subtle, but he's just a little bit happy and he follows around. He follows along. And like you're gonna miss a lot of the so like at actual size, like you're not gonna see a ton of this. Like if you look closely at it, you can actually see, like, we actually did shade a little bit of the musculature, but from a distance you're basically just gonna see this. So yeah. I think that's fine. Alright. So now Choop's part of the game. So yeah, so to add him in, we're going to add in at the end of the order file, there's now a level for Choop. And that's what I named it, right? Choop. Yeah, okay. And then oh yeah, level messages. So game data level messages. Oh yeah. I should make a yeah. I typically do a a GIF for the familiars. So so this is level 52. Choop. Yeah. So let's the GIF doesn't take long to put together. Oh, I actually never even really positioned Choop. I just kind of drew. Yeah, I guess that's an okay position. I might actually want to push him forwards a little bit, like get him a little bit closer to the adventure, because right now he's falling a little far behind. So yeah, I think I might push it just a few pixels closer. So let's go. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna get rid of the old familiar layers. The owl layers, as it were, and then these are the new familiar layers. So familiar 1 and familiar 0 go in the other order. Alright, so select all. Let's just push it forwards, like how far? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pixels. Yeah. Alright, so same on this layer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then yeah, the data file too is going to change. So journey equipment familiar choop right. So we just pushed it forward 6 pixels. So instead of 21, it'll start at 27. Yes, the coordinates just shifted slightly. Oh, sorry, I was not paying attention to chat for a little while. I was reading in a little bit, but I kind of zoned out. Oh, Marty, you were saying Choop's nose looks short and angular. Yeah, Choop has a big like forehead which comes down, and then his nose is angled out like very much. So there's very much I was. So what I was trying to capture there was very much like the angle, like the 40, like the 90-degree angle between like and then his nose is like a little bit. It's just like cute. It just comes out a little distance and then it comes back to. So yeah, yeah. uh, uh, so, okay. Let's let's oh yeah, right. So the GIF. Pretty straightforward. We bring back the background. Actually, no, we don't actually have to bring back the background. Although we'll have to color pick from it. So let's do what? Hey, that's the new follower. Nice. El Crillo or El Crillo. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Thank you very much for following and welcome to the channel. So let's yeah, okay. So I have this template that I use for where is it? It's projects site quests level template. Yeah. All right. So these are like these are just the little images that happen when you level up. You get a notification. You get like a. Oh, where'd the shadow go? Oh, there's the shadow there. Right. Yeah. Okay. The shadow's there. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what's the quickest way to do this? I guess I can just copy I can just copy Choop on his 2 separate layers over separately, and then yeah. Okay. So let's go with oh yeah. Wait. How did I do this? I said this. Yeah. The legs apart was layer 0, right? Legs apart. Yeah, it was layer 0. So layer 0 is legs crossed. So legs apart is actually. So this is actually what we're seeing here with the character is actually frame 1. So let's hide this one, and then right, I'm going to. Oh yeah, and frame 1 is lifted up a pixel. It's like cheated upwards by 1 pixel here. So, all right, so I'm going to select everything, including 1 extra pixel. 1 extra pixel too high. Or actually, yeah. So 1 extra pixel too high. Right to the tip of this wrap. So excuse me. I'm going to copy now from familiar layer 1. I'm going to copy all of that, and then if I come over here and paste it in. Oh wait, what? How'd that not work? Copy from familiar layer 1. Paste. Oh, I'm pasting on the wrong layer. Yeah, I'm pasting on the wrong layer. For one thing, I should make a new layer. And for another thing, I should put it on the correct layer. Right. So now I have this kind of like knocked corner here, and the reason I did that specifically was just so that I could line this up correctly. Because this lines up as such. Yeah. And so that's the position that it'll render in game. And then we have the other layer. So let's hide that temporarily. And then, so yeah, so we have the other layer, and let's do kind of the same thing. Let's go to familiar layer 0, and then actually for this one, so I want to bring the knockdown slightly because just for that GIF, we cheat like the position of the adventure just so it looks like, because like usually you don't see. Well, so yeah, so the end result of these things looks like well, I'll show it later. It's you'll see it. We'll see it when it's done. Excuse me. So, right, okay, so paste, oop, I copied from the wrong layer again. No, I pasted onto the wrong layer. No, I actually did things mostly right in that regard. I must have copied from the wrong layer. Yeah, I did. Okay, so familiar layer 0, copy here, paste, move, position, where? Not like that. Like so. All right. Good. Good then. So I'll probably want to make a little, like I have like this little shadow for the adventure. So I'll probably want to put in like a little shadow for Choop as well, just because I think that would be there. Choop. Yes. Choop is the nickname of the little dog on which this character was based. Yeah. You are correct in assuming that. All right, so let's use the geometry shapey thing. Except let's make a ellipse, and let's make it filled, and yeah, and a lot smaller than this, because it only has to be like, it doesn't have to be very big at all. Just like not even that big. Because it's mostly for like the main body. It's not like for the entire like extended legs and everything. So yeah, so we'll probably use that. So it'll look like that in one frame, and like that. Oops, wrong layer. Like that in the other frame. All right, that seems fine. Okay, so let's put them together now. So I'll move the shadow frame here. Hide this. Show this. Alright, because this is one frame of animation, so squish these together. Select all, copy, file, new. Okay, paste, save. This is level 52. 52. And this is. Does it matter? I think I typically reverse these. Yeah, 0 is legs apart. 1 is legs together, so this would be 0. I don't know why I inverted that. Just because I'm weird, I guess. Not that it really matters that much, but oh, that's the other thing. I'm gonna actually reposition them a little bit, but I'll do that once I've done exporting them. So undo to unsquish those layers, because we're going to. Well, actually, I guess I could leave these two, but it doesn't really matter. All right, because instead I'm gonna hide these. And show these and squish these together. Select all, copy, file, new. Okay, paste, save as frame 1. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna slide these over just so that they're centered a little better, or just framed a little better in the in here. So copy, paste, slide. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. And actually I have to be counting, but I'm signing it over by 8 pixels, so we'll do it there, and then we'll do it here as well. Copy, paste, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So yeah, so these will be like, oops, okay. Did I save these? Yeah. Okay. And now, oh yeah, I installed GIMP, which is kind of funny that I'm still working in it's a little bit funny that I'm still working in Paint.net, especially now that I have actually GIMP installed on my computer. But I installed GIMP because you can make animated GIFs with it easily enough. So let's open C projects, site, side quests, level 52. Let's open 0, and then open as layer 1. So now we have like the 2 layers going on, and what we can do is file export as 52.gif, Is that what I used to call it? I forget. That might not be the naming convention. But yeah, so congrats on level 52. Will be the message, and then as animation, loop forever, 500 milliseconds between frames of animation. Use delay entered above for all frames. 1 frame per layer replace, and then Shazam, and then it exports as a GIF. So now if we go to see, I forget what I think that might have been the naming convention, but I'll double check. So site, side quest, oops, that's not right. Level 52. So now we have just a little GIF of level 52. And we have that cool chihuahua in the background. Okay, I can close that actually. Yeah, okay, so that's this is our that's our chihuahua animation. So yeah, last step, 51. Okay, so copy this whatever thing, paste this here, and then edit this to reference instead of level 51. Let's reference level 52 instead, and we can just replace all instances of that. Yeah, cool. All right, save that. And then I'm just going to switch over to Facecam for 1 second because I'm going to put this on the website, and then we will see it on the website, and everyone will rejoice because it'll be on the website. And someday it'll happen, and Trusty Bard will tweet about it, and good times. Everyone will excuse me. Everyone will be thrilled, for sure. Totally thrilled. All right, so that goes on the website at pretty much the same location. So. Oh yeah, I should probably change the index of the level folder, because right now you can just go to the level folder and see the and just like see the entirety of, or like you can just see like which levels have these, which is slightly jank or whatever, but I don't care. Okay. Good. Done. Did and done. I almost want to change how these are done in such a way that like because like right now these don't show up as animated GIFs in like the timeline when they're posted. I could go through the steps to make that happen. The alternative would just be to upload the GIF again every time someone gets it, which seems, I don't know, I feel like there should be a better way, but I don't know what that way is yet, so I'll figure that out later. Alright, so yeah, I can switch back to Facecam now, or you can switch back to ScreenCam, and now if we go to the website, then side quest, level 52. Then we get our little animation thing. Yeah. All right. I'm also, because whatever, I'm a nerd or whatever, I'm also going to I'm gonna make the message you fed oh wait, no, the fox you fed, and then it followed you. So it's a little soon to have that happen again, but I could always change the fox message. The fox message is you gave a fox a cookie and now she likes you. Yeah, maybe I'll just change the foxes one, because I wanted to, you fed a little dog a broccoli, or you gave a little dog, spelled correctly. You gave a little dog a broccoli, and now he likes you. Because Choop likes broccoli. I don't know why. See, I really don't know why, but he does. and it amuses me. How many? Oh, that's 54 characters. Is that too many? Yeah. Uh, uh, that's probably too many characters. You gave. I could just not say little dog. Um, you gave a pup some broccoli. Uh, and now he likes you. Alright, so you didn't give the fox a cookie. Change plans. Oh hey Sogum, how's it going? Welcome. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. uh, you gave a fox a cookie and now she likes you. Um, so, uh, yeah, what's this being said? I guess like uh, uh, a fox has been tailing you for some time now. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can like I have no characters. I try and keep the like when I'm including the link in the oops. So this is supposed to be level 52, not level 51. When I'm including the link in the whatever, I have very little room for text. I try and keep this under 50 characters. I'm already at 46 characters, and I didn't even say what I wanted to say. A fox is so a fox followed you at a distance and now closer. That's a very crude implementation of what I was trying to express there. Uh, 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 um, uh, so a fox, tailed, you, from afar, uh, uh, then, snuck closer or something. That's slightly less crude. Or it's slightly less, like, like, I don't know. That's fine. Alright. We're going with that for now. So that won't actually change until I restart the script. Grammars, yeah. So many grammars. Uh, Hey Fred, how's it going? uh, yes, there's a Binry over this horizon. Okay, let's where to now? Yeah, I guess we're done with Choop. Choop is fully implemented now. Oops, that's not the right. Okay, so yeah, we can slide this over to the done column. Zero! Hey! Zero! Wait! Hold on, wait. I'm just really excited about this because this is like a new thing. So since Zero's here, I'm gonna I don't usually participate in the events, but I have to make this happen now because I don't know. I mean, no spoilers, but Choop. Choop's Choop is my nickname for no Zero. No, Zero. No, Zero, don't do it. No, Zero. You're stripping for evil. Don't do it. Wait, hold on. I have to sign in. uh, sorry, just 1 second. I'm gonna turn on the microphone for 1 second, but I'll be. Sorry, I like forgot my password for a second. uh, quick, load faster, load faster. All right, there we go. I hope the game doesn't like crash or something. That'd be very anticlimactic. We're right. So the so Zero the event must have happened right before you got here because the event was Hark, you find an abandoned pirate ship grounded on the shore of a small tributary. The ship might be seaworthy with a bit of repair. Otherwise, if you strip the raw materials, some could prove useful later for landlubbers. Uh, no! We failed! We failed! Even with my cheating, we failed. Alright, well, whatever. Alright. Oh yeah, speaking of voices, I wonder if the voices system is working now. Yeah, the voices system is working so far. Like Fred says, Burger King. Whoa. Oh, I guess that could be true. Do you really have zero influence, Fred? Do you just never play side quests? um, I guess that's believable. Some people don't. I don't know. For some reason, I think like if I recognize someone's name, they should have more than zero influence. But I guess like yeah, voices is what we have here. Oh yeah, it's kind of about I don't know. So like yeah, Zero. The thing that we added in is like I mean like you have like experience as like a game master, right? For like, you know, like a tabletop role playing game or something like that, I imagine. I think that's true. Or I don't know if you have I don't know if you necessarily GM, but like I know you've played them before. And so like you're probably familiar with the idea that like, you know, like the GM's job is kind of like to like a GM is kind of like a shepherd in a way. Like they kind of like you know, take the players through like an adventure, and in that capacity, oops, wait, hold on, cancel, undo. I don't want the layers to go together when I save it. Yeah, like you kind of so like yeah, so like in like a tabletop role playing game, like if one adventure is like I run off in like a random direction, like the GM kind of has to like if the group's not together, the GM kind of has to like handle that separately. And like so hypothetically with side quests, you're able to play with like lots of players. Like you're able to play side quests with enough players that it would be impossible to literally manage all of them. And even more so than just the case of like them trying to like split up and like go separate ways. Like even just like the communication process, like even just like hearing from like 1,000 voices all at once, like what you want, what the group wants to do. So the voices is part of like like a I'm calling it like a co-op narrative, where basically like everyone now can like so on the secret control panel now there's this thing that just shows right now the only voice has been someone said Fred said Burger King, but like for example I could, like if I was a player I could be like I want to like charge the door and slam into it with my head. So I basically like there's no event going on right now. There's no event going on right now. So so these action tags are picked up by the voice system instead. And so it doesn't update immediately, but you'll see now there's now so basically what this is like it's like so now without even having to like, you know, count like every instance of like who said what in chat. Yeah. I was trying to think of a realistic example. Um, so now instead of having to read like every and like count like you know so right so this is like for between events like so now as GM I can be like what do you guys want to do, and people using the voice system can uh, but so now we can basically like we can take a reading of like what people are thinking, like what people are up to. So right now Burger King is like popular right now. So like if I was acting as GM, I'd be like, all right, so clearly the adventuring party wants to go to Burger King, and so we could go to Burger King. Um, like charging into doors with one's head seems also to be fairly popular, so like that might not be a bad idea. So maybe we like charge to Burger King and slam into the door with our head or something like that. So yeah, voices is basically just so like we don't need it right now, right? Like I could actually just follow along in chat and people could just tell me what to do. But like if chat started going crazy and like everyone was like and it was like impossible and it was like scrolling like a million miles per second and like you weren't able to read all of it, um, then like the voice system is another way to keep track of that stuff. Yeah, so as is demonstrated in chat here, there's one other thing that I wanted to add into the voice system, which maybe I'll do that now. Verbosity in voices. Do I use the word verbosity a lot, but is it actually a word? um, yes, using more words than needed. Wordiness. All right. Well, I wasn't particular. I wasn't. I wasn't. Well, yeah. No, I guess that's kind of true. I mean, like you can think of like. So basically, verbosity. Like when I tend to talk about it, I tend to talk about it as like the alternative to like how people text. Because like when you're texting, you just like punch in like whatever dumb thing that gets the point across. And so like usually when I'm saying verbosity, I guess technically it does mean using more words than needed, but basically what I mean is like using like real like communication, not using like yeah. Uh, so I think what I'm gonna do is put in a thing where like you like voices only get picked up if they're put in the context of a sentence. And it's not going to be like strictly enforced, but basically what I'm going to do is check the length of the statement and like hypothetically, like you can get around that by spamming, but spamming will get you banned from chat. So yeah, I just don't want to do like I was trying, so yeah, one thing that I've expressed fairly frequently that has been like really important to me is that the presence of this game not degrade the quality of the channel. It's supposed to add to the channel. It's not supposed to take away. And so, yeah, so this is like Voices encourages players to input like more game related chat into the channel. However, I think if we as long as we're using like actual like words and like sentences and saying meaningful things, like I don't think it'll be like a bad thing necessarily. So yeah. So let's yeah, so I'm just gonna add in a pretty quick check. It's just gonna be that where is it? It goes so yeah, it's when we're no, it's not when we're processing voice data, it's when we're processing chat input. I'm gonna should I put away my tablet for now? I don't know, I might need it later. I guess I'll leave it out. I'll just put it to the side. Sorry, I'm just gonna I don't like typing with my arms. Like what if my tablet's out, I feel like I'm really far away from my computer, and it makes it like slightly awkward to type. But hey, congratulations on dog, congratulations on leveling up. Okay. Oh, hey, and to this person as well, whose name I can't read yet because their name hasn't showed up yet. But yeah, congratulations on leveling up. Fred, congratulations. Hey, you probably don't have zero experience. You probably don't have zero influence anymore. So yeah, all right. Where is it? It's in so it's in chat processing. Do. Whoa. Oh yeah, this is all the spammy stuff that we were getting. So far, has it? I think I don't know. I feel like Voices has been working so far. Wait, Asado, are you still here? Uh, because I'd be interested to see if. But it doesn't look like Asado's here anymore. Because earlier, gosh, one of the first things we did today was to show off the new voice system, and uh, oh yeah, yeah. Well, so Zero, yeah. So I mean, the voice system definitely was made for like with the secret control panel in mind. But the other thing that can happen is that like hypothetically, if someone was acting as guest GM, then like I could just go like I mean hypothetically I could just go like this, right? And now it's on screen, right? So it's like I mean like yeah, it's like it's not gonna be very helpful for you if it's not on screen, but it can be on screen. There's no reason it can't be on screen, right? So if you were acting as GM, then it could be on screen, right? I mean the whole point of it is just that you have to see it, right? And you can't see it right now, but it's not like it's invisible to you. It's not like I have magical eyeballs that allow me to see it. It's just that I have the monitor. Yeah. uh, yeah. All right. So yeah. So what is this check? It's basically just that it's so you don't have Wendy's in France? Wow. That is harsh. I like Wendy's. I like if I have my pick of fast food and it's and like all the options are there, I'd probably end up going to Wendy's. I don't know. I haven't been to fast food in a very long time though. I went to Taco Bell once, not necessarily because of my choosing, but I went with like some other people for whom that was like a choice that they enjoyed, and it was fine, I guess. It was fine. No, that was not my favorite by far. All right, where am I going? Whoa. Wait, what is this? Oh yeah, I was gonna do events this way, but then I decided not to. So I can actually just get rid of that because it's not a real thing. It's just a waste of an if statement. Um, all right, so here's where we process. Here's where we process speech. So, right, they're the two places that we process speech for voice data. Or there's actually kind of only the one, but they're like two different paths that it goes down. Right, so they are where? Where is this voice business? Oh, it's up here, yeah. Voice. So, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do this right up front with, yeah, because it's gonna be, regardless of whether event is on or not, we're going to, do basically the same thing with voice stuff. So, yeah, up front, when we do act source, when we figure out action source, we're just also going to be like, actually, I'll put it after this print, I guess. We do what? Like, we'll do, so let's see. Okay, so like act char count equals 0 for li in act search act char count sorry, just Yeah, I don't know. I apologize because of the event noise. You guys have that event. You guys have fun with that. No, sorry. I, it felt like the buzzer. I was like, oh, I didn't finish in time. No. So, so XR count plus equals the length of Li. So we're just gonna see what the aggregate length of all of the action tags are, and then and we're gonna say, so if what? If so, yeah. So what? How many extra characters are we going to say are necessary in order to count as like verbose? Um, uh, well, okay. So for one thing, I should go up above this else case, which is pretty far up as I recall. Yeah. So with X source, we're also going to say like so like vocal equals false. Yeah, and then back down here. So if the so if the length of or no, excuse me, if act char count plus yeah, how many characters? Maybe like 10 seems like a lot. Oh, what? Oh. Sorry. What's gonna be in voice? Oh, voice doesn't pick up. Yeah, voice doesn't pick up action tags for events. If oh, Subsu, yeah, Subsu is going to be in voice. Whoever said Subsu and whoever said Subway, those are both going to be in voice. But yeah, I thought about that. The reason I'm not too worried about typos ending up in voice is that like it's not super common that people are gonna typo the same thing the same way, and if they do, like, you know, like, oh, so the other thing that you'll notice about voice is that like you'll see like Subsu is 8 points, Subway is down to 9 points, or no, Subway is at 9 points. Burger King is down to 5 points, right? But Burger King was very popular. 3 people voiced Burger King, and you notice like Subsu dropped down to 7 points. That's because they have this like this volume value, which basically hey, legendary neurotoxin, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, so these count down over time. Like they're loudest. Voices are loudest when first said, and then they subside over time. So that way, because it's supposed to represent like an ongoing narrative, right? So it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to be cumulative. Like if things get like if a lot happens and then it calms down and then more stuff happens later, like, you know, the stuff that happens later is going to be more relevant. So yeah, so right, it's yeah, if the typo sneaks in, it'll just melt away. And okay, so let's do what? I was putting in math. So the thing I'm gonna say, so if act character count plus I'm gonna say like, I don't know, like 10 times the 10 characters. 10 characters is kind of a lot. 10 characters? It's actually not that much. It's not that. Just trying to think like what's the right amount of characters to put in like the source split, or to put to. Well, all right. Let's test this out. So, notepad. I eat a rock. So if you just say I eat a rock, how many characters is that? Or if I eat that is that's only 8 characters. So what if you said like I eat rocks? Right? Like that's only 5 characters, right? No, that's 6 characters, right? That's 6 characters. And that's pretty bare bones. Like the I think like the only shorter the sentence could get was if you said I am rocks. And I don't know if I care about that. Well, I guess oh well, no. I mean, I guess it can actually get shorter because you can say stuff like "I'm hungry." Uh, uh, but that's like that's 4 characters. It's only like 4 characters, and if you don't include the apostrophe, it's only 3 characters. Yeah, I'm hungry. Uh, so I could just do 4 characters. Uh, I don't know. I might go. Man, maybe it's okay to have a very low extra amount as long as it's like some extra amount. So maybe 4 characters is fine. I'll try 4 characters. See how that feels. If I don't like it later, then we'll see. Okay, so act character count, character. Okay. Plus. So yeah, it's not 10 times. 4 times the length of act source. So the length of this list. So for each of these action tags, it should be at least 4 characters longer than just the length of the tags themselves. Yeah. And so if that amount is less than or equal to the length of source split split 1, which is the text that they input into chat, then what did I call it? Vocal equals true. Is that what I called it? I think so. Yeah, vocal equals true. And so we're only going to oh yeah. Okay, so if vocal then we'll say acting equals false, because this is this loop that we could break out of sooner if we don't care about vocals. So if vocal, then acting is false. Else break. Yeah. So elif key not incur fake. So elif vocal and key not incur fake. So there are 2 places where we can change this. Yeah, okay. And then yeah, so where's the other place where this goes? If acting equals true, if acting, wait, yeah, where's the other reference to voice? Here and here. Alright, so oh yeah. So this acting equals false business. Yeah, right, because this is the late participation, blah blah blah. So we can just say so again, if vocal acting equals false, else break. Break. Okay, and then also if vocal and key not in. Okay. There we go. Hey Core, how's it going? Trolling demo. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Uh, um, quick. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, I missed that. I missed the discussion of French fast food. Um, I've never heard of Quick before. Uh, yeah, that must be. Yeah, that's funny. I thought of Sonic too. Gotta go fast. Sorry, just catching up on chat real quick. Real quick. No, no, that does not deserve attention. All right, let's move on. Okay, because hypothetically, verbosity in voices is now done. Not a big deal, but it was just something that I wanted to add. So, oh yeah, yeah. So this isn't like vital or anything, but what is it? Actually, what's the? Oh. Well, this is another small thing. Hold on, I added this from my tablet, which is why it doesn't have labels on it. Um, yeah, show event results for a minute before flipping back to voices. I probably want to do this. I feel like I probably want to do this because right now, we see voices anytime we're outside of an event, but if we're inside an event, we see the event data. And I was just thinking, like, right at the end of the event now, it'll just flip immediately back to voices, which I guess could be okay. I was just thinking, like, maybe I actually want to delay that slightly. Like, maybe I want to have it so that we continue to see the event's results for like a little while longer, because like if you I don't know if you were planning on taking like action on the basis of that. Oh no, I had a few thoughts. Yeah, so I was thinking either it could either it could get shown up here or it could get updated down here. And you know what? I think this is actually only the case where, like, this is one of those things where I only actually really care about it. Hey, that your fan? How's it going? Uh, oh, you like the yeah? This is the village that we added in. Was it last week? I think. Oh, we started it. We started it the week before last, and then we finished it up last week. Yeah, thank you. um. So, yeah, let's. If this is super easy, I might just throw this in real quick because I think it would be nice. Again, like if it's an automated event, like if it was an event like that Trusty Bard facilitated, then like that'd be fine. But like I think for the GM initiated and GM led events, then it would be helpful to have that display for a little while longer. So, is that tricky at all, or how would I go about doing that? Let's go to voices here. Right. So now we just we're like right now we just say if event on. Um, so we could just use the scheduling system. Like we could, instead of just going by event on, we could just put in a different value and have it so that like at the end of the event we schedule this value to toggle a minute later. And it might not, a minute might actually be too long. It might, like 30 seconds might be the preferable. Alternately, I might want to, I could do it as like a toggle button, like on the panel itself. I could have a button to like flip between the two. Or I could just add in, instead of, because like I kind of just slammed voice information into that same box that we were already using for this other cause. So I could just do it the other way around. I could just add a new box. I could just put voice data in its own thing, because then you'd be able to see it during events too, which is not a bad thing necessarily. Uh, I'm not like in face cam or anything weird, am I? Sometimes I worry that I've like left the stream in like a weird state. Huh. For some reason OBS didn't want to show itself, but okay. It seems okay so far. Alright. What are the little gray message block thingies? What are the little gray message block thingies? What are the little gray message block thingies? I don't know what we're talking about, I guess. But let me know when they show up and I'll try and answer. Um, Alright, what am I, yeah, what am I gonna do with this? I think it's probably fine to just continue to show the voice data for a little while after the end of the event. Um, the upper right of this. Oh yeah, the things up there. Those are just messages. Those are just important messages, things that you should know. Or they're not. I mean, they're not all like vital information, but they're just like little reminders or like other things. I put those in a while ago, and like no one ever really mentions them. I don't think they're hurting anything, so I don't know. I just left them there. Just kept them. I I was planning on adding more, but I can't tell if they're like actually helpful or useful or anything. So uh, um, all right. So yeah. So okay. So instead of using event on, I guess I'll just use like a different value. Uh, so I'll call this like so if let's call this like if event data, or if show event data, then we'll show event data. Otherwise, we'll show voice data. And so show event data. So yeah. So now when we init when we init event, we should so whoa, really? Init event just sets init event to true? It doesn't actually init the event? Seriously? I guess that's fine. No, really? No. Why did I do that? Why would I have done that? What? Really? That's silly. Why don't we just do it there? Why do we? I feel like that was an oversight. um, if not in an event, what is this? If not in an event business, what on earth is happening right here? For li in schedule, if li equals init event equals true, break. If not init event, if not event on. Oh. I'm not. No, yeah. I'm looking in way the wrong place. I was like, I was really startling. I thought I'd put in like some sort of like terrible hacky like half like pseudo implementation of like init event, but no, I was just looking completely the wrong place. It looked reminiscent of how an event would have looked, which is what was throwing me off. All right, that's I'm relieved. All right, so conclude an event. So yeah, so show event data equals true. True capital T true. And then right. So at the end of the event, now at the end of the event, if actually, I mean, I don't even need to turn on that tracking whatever when it's not a live event. Like I could only turn on that tracking when it is a live event, because like maybe if it's not a live event, like maybe it is more interesting to just um uh right, yeah. I wouldn't say my code lacks functions. It doesn't have functions, but it doesn't really lack for them. Like it's not missing anything. I do tend not to use functions in Python because in Python like they're so headachy. You just have to like I don't know, like if you want to put in like a local function, like everything like functions are just so blind in Python. Like whenever you make a function, if you want to reference anything at all, you have to declare it as like global. It's like I no, like just yeah. It's like yeah. That's one of the things that I'm not enthusiastic about with Python, and so uh I just do it the way that makes more sense. Like in my opinion, they just like set up the stream to be or they set up the language to be a bit like weird. Like the language just basically doesn't have good functions, so I don't use functions unless I have to. I mean, I do use them, but just yeah, okay. So at the end of an event, oh yeah, conclude event. Sometimes we conclude events manually. So I guess like yeah, I guess we'll want to do it in either of these cases. In any case where we're toggling the event on value. So yeah, so let's look for references of event on. When event on equals something, that's our cue to be doing something. Wow, we don't reference it in that many places. Event on, that's an event. Kick GM. Oh, yeah. I guess that would be... Alright, so yeah, so all these places where we do event on, I should schedule in hide, or like, I guess technically it would be like init hide. I'm just gonna call it like hide, yeah, alright, so yeah, let's start at the top, which is here. Okay, so this is the one we did already. This is the one where we set so when we set when we init event, we say that show event date equals true. All right. So when we kick a GM, or when a GM leaves for whatever reason, if we say event on equals false, we'll just say, in this case we'll just say show event data equals false. We won't schedule it for the future. We'll just say right then and there we can just stop with that. So people who say C++ is the best to start off with are like trolls. Frankly, no, not really. They just have a very different way of thinking. I say C++ is like a horrible thing to start off with because it's like, yeah, like C++ is like good to start off with if you know you're going to spend the rest of your life only being an engineer. Like in that case, like yeah, that's good, fine. If you really don't care that much about like engineering, like if your goal is not to become a software engineer, but just to like program, then like don't care about it. Like really don't. And like the reason that I'm like, it's almost such to the extent that I would call them trolls. Like I almost basically consider them to be trolls just because it's not helpful, that opinion that they're asserting, because it's like, I don't know. Well, I don't get distracted by it, but like don't I wish talented engineers like gave better advice, right? I guess that's what it is. Like their advice is so bad compared to like how smart they actually are as like individuals. ChalkX or ChalkX 98. Thank you for following. Welcome to the channel. There are a million correct answers. Like if you find a language that just works well for you, like I'd say don't worry, don't think about like what language. Like if you're picking a language up front, you probably are starting in the wrong place. Like instead, like pick a project and like like decide how you want to make that project, and then find out what language list for that, right? And then because like whatever language you learn first, you're gonna learn your second language a lot faster. So like don't bother. I don't know. like yeah, I'd say I guess I would say like don't like if someone says like that option is not valid, like don't go with that option. Like I know I'm kind of saying I'm not even saying that about C++. I'm basically just saying like if you had an idea that was better than C++ and someone told you no, do C++ instead, don't listen to that person. Like go with your better idea. Like just because they're a good engineer doesn't mean their advice about what you should do is valid because unless you want to literally be that person, then don't worry whether like their advice is like more technically correct or anything like that. It's tempting, right? Because like someone's like, oh, that person's a really good engineer, I should probably follow their advice. But like unless you like literally want to be that person, then like it's entirely possible. Like I know personally like there's a lot of really good advice that a lot of engineers would probably be like love to give me. Like every talented engineer who comes in here is like, you have way too many lines of code, you need to use functions. And I'm like, yes, I understand that that's your advice, but that's not what I'm doing here. So thank you for pointing that out. And yeah, like Killer Q is not wrong to mention that like maybe you shouldn't learn that from my example, but that doesn't mean I'm necessarily doing it wrong. So all right, so event on so I don't even really have a thing that I'm scheduling in yet, but in all these cases, in these specific cases, I'm just going to say show event data equals false, and then so what is this? Is this the case where? Oh no, this is the case where the GM just no. This is the end of the event. So this is the part where we'll want to schedule it, and so in this case we'll want to schedule it based on whether the event was live or not. So I think I'm probably already checking for that somewhere, right? I probably don't have to add in like a special check for it. Oh no, I guess I don't. I just like slam Kurev live to false. So I guess I should check. Oh, if Kurev live, here we go. All right, I knew I was checking it somewhere. All right, so if Kurev live, then we'll do whatever stuff we're doing here. I don't even know what that is. Whoa, what the heck are we doing here? I have no clue what this is. Raw string? What the heck is raw string? F data? Oh, yeah, no, I know what that's about. I was like, what is happening? Yeah, that's like a data, just some data, data stuff, that et cetera, et cetera. What program would be easiest to emulate? Ooh, that's an interesting question. Did anyone? Oh, AutoHotkey. Oh, there you go. All right. Lua. That seems. Yeah. Lua is like. I've never used it myself, but it's come up in a few contexts where like I've like started to learn it. Like I've like. I'm not. Shoot. I have to stop. I have to stop this sentence. I can't go for. I can't. Let's get back to what we were doing. But no, Lua seems cool, is I guess what I was trying to say. Alright, sorry. Okay. We were, because we were going to say here that, so schedule dot append, schedule dot append, so we're going to use, so for the timing, we're going to use, frame time plus 30 seconds. I think 30 seconds is enough time for that data to show on screen. And then if 30 seconds isn't enough for whatever reason, then that person's a bad GM. No. Lua's cool. I wasn't gonna say anything else about Lua. I was gonna go on a different tangent. So I was going to go on a different tangent, and then I realized that I shouldn't go on that other tangent, because it's just a stupid thing, which I can tell you about sometime. Not right now, though. And, no, but I guess, like, I didn't have that much to say about Lua. I was just going to say, yeah, it's one of those things that, like, like I never actually went down, like I never actually like ended up in a place where I needed to learn Lua, but I got close to it a few times. There were situations where I was like, oh, I should learn Lua because this thing, and then that thing didn't work out. But like, like a slightly different universe, I would know Lua right now, probably instead of Python. So all right, so frame time plus 30, and then I'm just gonna call this like what like hide event data or something like that. Yeah, and then and then so else show event data equals false. False. No, anything else. Okay, false. Yes. Okay. And then right, so there were a couple other places because like in the place where we just conclude event, I feel like this is a case where we can just say show event data equals false, and then overtime. Yeah, same with overtime. We can just same business. Whoa! Wow, it's a good thing this code path never evaluates because this is lowercase f. Or no, was that uppercase s? F? For some reason it looked like lowercase f. In which case it would have crashed, but no. No, that's correct. All right. Oh, huh. In overtime. Oh, yeah, no. I was going to say in overtime, it's weird that we never deactivate like curev.live, but curev.live doesn't apply to overtime. Overtime is only in the case where the event is prescripted. Hey, welcome back, Legendary Neurotoxin. Sorry, I'm not actually going anywhere. I'm going to mute the microphone for just 1 second, but I'll be right back. Sorry, just 1 second. Sorry for that. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so now we're setting up like the hide, what do we call it? Like hide event data. But we're not actually doing anything with this yet. So, or like we're not actually handling this. Oh, yeah. And one other thing actually, after we append it, we should say schedule.sort, because it won't be in the correct order. It'll be at the end of the list and it would never evaluate. Or it'd like take forever to evaluate. All right, so copy that. And then what? Right. So up in our hierarchy of like when to do stuff, how, what, the what, in our scheduling system, we should add in an occurrence for this. How often does it happen? It happens. So voices happens every 10 seconds. Event points happens every minute. Check fade happens every, I think, like 5 minutes. Growth happens every 30 minutes. So it happens more frequently than growth, and less frequently than check fade. All right. So elif. I try and do these in like order of frequency because oh wait. No, this happens every 2 hours. Right, because this only happens in the case that the event was live, which happens on a frequency. So growth is every, so kickgm happens every like week or so. So 2 hours is more frequent than a week. All right, so elif do now index 1 equals hide event data. Then we just say show event data equals false, and that's all we have to do. All right, so cool. Oh shoot! Speaking of growth opportunities, it lined up exactly with the end of the event that time, but that might have just been, oh hey, congratulations, everyone who leveled up. And by everyone I mean whoever that person is. Marty, is that you? Way to go. Um, so, what, oh, I wonder, sorry, I'm just gonna check something real quick. I wonder if Trusty Bard has, tweeted any replies today. Uh, yeah, hey, 8 seconds ago. Right on cue. Yeah, because I was just gonna check out what like data we'd get printed. Oh, it's gonna be it's we still have this whole huge spam of like voice data that's getting like slammed every 10 seconds, but hopefully we can still see it. All right, so uh, so oh yeah, okay. So this was the list of users that we got back. So yeah, I don't know. In this case, it was probably just right. Okay, so this was the user ID. This was the level because it was level 20, and this was the user object that we got back, and that was the level tweet. All right, so I mean, I guess this is going to be tough to test, because like the real test will be when it doesn't happen, and it's going to be hard to know when it doesn't happen because yeah, I really don't know. I should probably take out, apart from the fact that I'm really creeped out about how that one time Asato's voice it didn't get picked up. I feel like I should take out this spammy voice printing stuff because uh, it's so spammy. It's so spammy. um, hmm. Yeah. Because whatever happened there, I do need to fix that, but I also need to I eventually need to fix the tweeting thing too. I guess technically the tweeting thing is not as bad, but it is a little bad, I guess. What level am I? This is not. I'm not just completely off on a tangent. There's like some sense to me checking what level I am, which is sorry. Um, I am level 11. I think I never got alerted that I gained level 11. I'm pretty sure I haven't been alerted to my level in some time. So I guess if he's forgetting to tweet to anyone, I guess it's technically good that he's forgetting to tweet to me. Yeah, the last time he tweeted at me was when I got level 9. But I'm level 11 now. Darn it. Trusty Bard. Not nearly as trusty as advertised. I wonder if anyone else is getting skipped. So Yakumus, excuse me. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. So he seems to be doing an okay job with some people. 14. And yet others, not as good. Significantly less good. Yeah, my accounts are linked. Like, because, like, you can see, he did used to tweet at me. Like, yeah, like, congrats on level 9. I got level 9. But then I never got level 10, and that's when I noticed this bug was happening. And then apparently I got level 11, and I didn't... Wait a second. No. Wait a second. No, that wouldn't. Hold on. Process level tweets. Let's look at process level tweets real quick. Process level tweets. How does this get added to? Like, when do we choose to process level tweets? If TID in process level tweets. Process level tweets. Well, it's probably not relevant. I'm gonna say global process level tweets just in case. I don't think that would have anything to do with what's going on necessarily. It was just occurring to me, like, what if because like there are different ways to add experience. So like, what if it was like, you got the tweet if you leveled up by participating in an event, but you didn't get it if you leveled up by getting like passive bonus or something like that. I guess that wouldn't really make sense though. Because I mean, it is through the add experience function. See, I have functions. It's through the add experience function. And that is how we add experience typically, so I don't know. Is there just a stupid in logic here? Did I just like... So if Twitter ID not equals blank. Wait, which direction is my account linked? No, that shouldn't matter either, because, I mean, yeah, like, alright, so I'm linked... Yeah, I'm linked to my Twitch account, which is normal. I might want to link it the other way just for testing purposes, because like very few accounts are linked in the other direction. Most of them are linked in the forward direction. The alternative is much less common. All right, so yeah, I mean, it's just so weird that it only happens sometimes. Like, what could be behind that? I feel like I must be mismanaging process level tweets somehow, because like the rest of it seems legit. Where am I? Alright, I'm up here. Wait, how often am I setting process level tweets? Oh, wait. Huh, that's weird. It shows like a bunch of red dashes on the side here. Usually it only shows red dashes if I'm actually setting something. Although maybe it counts as appends as setting things. Or setting values. Oh, okay. So it's highlighted as red because I'm setting a key in the dictionary as whatever. All right. I feel like this like has to somehow pertain to having multiple players like level up at the same time or something. I don't know if that's... I can't prove it or anything. I just feel like that's true. I feel like that has to be the strange like factor or whatever. That has to, because like what else? There are very few like unusual circumstances that can occur with these. So considering there's just that one, I feel like I feel like that should be responsible for something. I'm gonna take out this print that is like out of control spammy. While I think on that. Where was that? It was in voices. Yeah, that was the. Oh yeah, that was this one. Or this one rather. I won't get rid of it completely though. I'll just say. So vlist equals an empty list, and then so I'll say vlist dot append this business, and then lastly outside of the loop I'll say print vlist. So it'll just be one line instead of like however many other lines. It'll still be a little spammy, but it'll be also less, it'll be a bit more compact. Viewlist, okay. So what? Alright, let's go back to process level tweets again, just real quick. um, maybe it is one. I'm like, maybe it is. Maybe it's about this. Uh, process level. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. I could just set up this loop differently. I could just say while so while yeah, what if I just said while the length of process level tweets dot keys is greater than 0, then then NLT equals or actually yeah, so I can just say I can just do these two lines in the reverse order. I can just say level dict index. Oh no no. All right wait. So yeah. So I'll say NLT equals process level tweets dot pop. I'll just say dot pop. I won't say dot pop with the index or anything. And then oh wait, but we're going by the index. Oh yes, that's why we were doing it that way. So I could just change how that I could just change that a little bit. I could just be like what? Um uh hmm. Yeah, I'd have to change all of how process level tweets works. So we'd have to go to process level tweets dot append. Wait. Oh yeah, no, it's a dictionary. So process level tweets index. Yeah. So oh right. Yeah, that's the other thing. I can just change how the process level tweets actually works. Yeah, because I'd kind of been meaning to anyways. It used to be the case that like if you got multiple levels before he tweeted at you, like he would tell you about all of them. But well, so what's funny is I'm basically going to make it so that sometimes he will skip a tweet. In the case that you gain 2 level ups before he tweets at you, like that's a pretty uncommon case. I guess it technically could happen because like sometimes the growth opportunities happen right at the end of an event, and so that would be like 2 places where you could gain experience really fast. So I guess hypothetically it could happen. Um, so yeah, you know what? I'm actually just not even gonna make process level tweets a dictionary. It's just gonna be a list. Because then if you gain multiples, he'll just tweet multiples times at you. He'll just let you know about both of them separately. Because there's like they're personalized messages now, or they're individualized messages that yeah. Yeah. All right. So process level tweets. We're changing the whole thing, and hopefully we'll just change it, and then we don't have to worry about what was wrong with the old system because the new system will just magically work perfectly, and everything will be great. It's exactly how it'll go. Trust me. Trust me, you guys. All right. So let's do what then? Uh, uh, let's do what? Yeah. Let's go to the source. Let's start at the source. Start from the top. We'll say, wait, what? Oh yeah, right. So process level tweets, just process level tweets. Okay. So it's not a dictionary; it's a list. Changing it, shaking things up. All right. So process level tweets. Yeah. So we still pass it into the thread because we need it in the thread, and Yeah, so it's still getting passed into the thread. So if the length of process, yeah, so we don't mention keys anymore. We just check the length of the process level tweets itself, and then that's fine. So global, yep, and now we don't mention the keys anymore. We just check it itself. So pop. So we'll want to pop 0 because we'll want to do these in the correct order. Because so we'll want to pop from the front of the list because so that'll be like the reverse order that they came in. We could either insert to the front of the list and pop from the end of the list, or vice versa. And this one makes more sense to me, so we're gonna go this way. So excuse me. Let's yeah, this whole thing is messed up and I'll have to come back to so actually maybe I should probably fix it now. So yeah, so ID list dot append the ID. Wait, ID list dot append li index. Really? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Alright, so it's not going to be just li. It's going to be next NLC index 0 index 1 on. So because the new format for the next for the process level tweets is going to be a pair of data points, the first of which is the name, and the second of which is the level. Previously it was a dictionary that kept track of an array of data points, because like if a player leveled up, they could level up like level 8, 9, 10 or whatever, and so it'd be the person's name and then 8, 9, 10. But now it'll just be like that person's name 8, that person's name 9, that person's name 10, and like because we don't care about whether there's any correlation there anymore. We were being like smart and cute, but nah. Okay, so level dictionary, li level dictionary. Wait, levels dictionary? How do we use this? Levels dictionary index. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Alright, I guess we can still do this the same. So, not sure how you're supposed to win that event. You're supposed to infiltrate and stake out. It was event type 4. So, I actually have a full backstory to this one, incidentally. So the War Chief's plan. Right. Oh yeah. Okay. So we actually got part of the story here. The War Chief's cronies privately boast. So everyone infiltrates, no one's staked out. So the one person, who chose to stake out? Okay, so Legendary Neurotoxin. Unfortunately, because you were alone on the stakeout, you had no one to cover the watch around the clock, and so although the rest of the crew infiltrating the gang found out that the War Chief's cronies privately boasted about the Vault Guard they blackmailed, no one actually caught the bribed guard as he snuck in and stole the loot. So yes. So the way to win that event is for balance in the Force. No, yeah. A lot of the events are like a lot of the events. It's like the event type is sometimes fairly subjective. Like it's always subjective, and sometimes it's more subjective than other times. For example, like I'm not a police chief, so I'm not going to write the best like in terms of like authority and like writing events. Like I wrote that event like yeah, like I made up a story to it, right? Like so the story was that like you didn't know what the War Chief's plan was. It turns out the War Chief's plan was to bribe a guard, and so you're in a situation where you suspect the War Chief, and like what are you going to do? In this particular scenario, the way you Yeah, like it's not, it's like just staking out the vault is so if it had gone the other way around, if like almost no one had infiltrated the gang, but if everyone had chose to stake out the vault, you would have noticed nothing suspicious because you were looking for the war chief or his cronies. You weren't looking for a bribed vault guard, and so yeah, so the only way to win that event is to find out about the vault and have the place staked out. So that way, yeah, you can actually like catch the guard in the act. So yeah, you did. Legendary Neurotoxin. If that had been, maybe that should be an event type 5, because like in event type 5, you still get credit even if everyone else does. Like even if everyone else, for example, like if too many people tried to infiltrate. Uh, Actually, I think that kind of came up when we were writing the event too, because like, well, it's something that comes up from time to time. Like for example, there's an event where like you can paddle out on an ice floe in the middle of a frozen lake, but like if literally an entire band of adventurers all jump on the same ice floe, like it's probably either gonna sink or you're gonna fall in. So like yeah, to the extent that I can, I try not to make it too crazy as to like how many people would be doing a particular event. Um, Actually, yeah, there's another kidnapping event where if too many people try to like sneak into the kidnappers camp, then that's another situation where it's not going to work out very well. I think the outcome there is that you can't all fit in one cupboard. Elkoff90, thank you very much for following. Welcome to the channel. um, okay, I'm still like halfway through re-implementing this, so I need to. I now have like this weird Franken implementation that's like, hey, Amuse MI, how's it going? Welcome. um, yeah, this is like a butterfly still in its cocoon. It has not fully transformed. Uh, Did you know that caterpillars literally turn into liquid inside a cocoon? Like they literally turn into like a liquid, and then they turn into a butterfly. Like they don't just turn from caterpillar into butterfly. Sorry. For some reason, that's just the weirdest thing to me. Like a life form that like turns into a liquid just for a little while. Just just turn into soup for a bit. Just wrapping myself up in this like carapace and turning into soup for a little while. Don't mind me. All right, so I have this soup here. I have this caterpillar soup here, and um, so yeah, level dictionary index li. So I will still use a dictionary for levels. Wait, no, I don't, do I? Oh, yeah. Uh, yeah. How? Oh, yeah, right. Okay. So this is a little different because I now have multiple entries. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. So, yeah, this is different because actually, what I have to say is, if if yeah. Right, because we don't have to. We only like the ID list is just the list of IDs that we pass in to get back the handles, and we don't have to do that a million times if the person's on the list multiple times. So we only have to say if this value, if the player's ID is not already on, if not in ID list, because we don't need it to be in the list twice. We only need to look up their ID once. Oh, yeah. All right, so, whoa, weird. All right. Um, yeah. Levels, levels dictionary? No, this is gonna be a list now too. So levels dictionary isn't going to be the dictionary. It's going to be levels lists equals okay. Uh, so right. So if so we only add these things to the list if they're not already on the list. Hmm. And it used to be that we just looped over the users, but I guess we can't really do that anymore. Because now we have to... Yeah, whatever. This doesn't happen very often, so it's going to be a little chunkier, but that's fine. Code hard programming. Hey! 99% programming? Sounds like a fine way to be. um, uh, so, let's do, yeah, let's continue this. Sorry, I was just checking to see if I missed anything else in chat. Um, let's, yeah, right. I know, like, this, yeah, no, I know, right, chunky. This is gonna be a little chunky. I just, was gonna work, it's gonna work out okay. Like, it'd be nice if there was, like, a really, like, convenient way to do it, but there's not. It's just gonna be, you know, it's gonna be fine because this doesn't happen very often. So if we're doing it in a slightly kludgy, that's I think what I'm trying to say, like slightly kludgy way. All right. Um. So right. So we have that. So we put together the ID list, and then the levels dictionary. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah. So it's not levels dictionary anymore. It's just levels list. Levels. Lo I know this is really silly, but we just say levels list dot append. So basically, we're just taking off of one list and putting it onto another list, but we're doing it for a reason, and that's because we have to take this network call in between, and hypothetically, one of the lists could change. The process level tweets list, that one's getting affected by multiple threads, so that one could change while we make the network call. Whereas this other list that we put together is going to correspond exactly to the list of that we send off to Twitter to get back the usernames. So we're not. It's not completely redundant why we're doing that, or it's not completely silly that we're doing that. All right. So levels list. So yeah. So then. I'm just gonna change this real quick to so for li in users print li, just because it's not very, if you just print a user, like, it doesn't give you verbose information, or if you just print a list of users, it doesn't give you very verbose information, but if you print the user itself, then you get more out of it. So uh, uh, um, code hard programming is basically like one of those the oracles inside the no code code hard programming is basically like the humans inside the Matrix, where he's just like hooked up to a machine and like in a vegetative state basically, except yeah. uh So, levels list, oh yeah, wait, did someone ask me why I'm bouncing up and down? Because yeah, that is true. I do bounce up and down sometimes. Um, excuse me. So levels list, yeah. All right. So then we look up the users, we print the users, and then no, yeah. So then the last thing we do is not actually for li in users; it's for li in levels list. And then yeah, because we have to use users in a kind of a weird way. So print li, I guess that's fine. Uh, so so global level messages. So levels. So then, yeah. So we can't just use the ID, right? We can't just reference li.screenname or whatever, because yeah. So what we have to do is we have to say for UI, which is a weird thing to say, but whatever. For UI and users, Oh no, no. So yeah. So for so UI actually equals 0, or I'll say like UIDX. UIDX equals -1. So